this is a look right now at the ESPN top 10 in the division. Listen, there are two kings there. You have two world champions. Tyson Fury is obviously a global superstar, the WBC, the lineal, the ring champion. Usyk has the 3 other belts. It is quite obvious that this is all funneling to a soon-to-be agreement and announcement for what will likely be, Mark, what are we looking at, a late winter and early spring fight for the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship of the world? What's the latest?
I'll go with that. Listen, when last we saw Tyson Fury, he was telling me, I got to get my elbows operated on. We haven't heard anything about that because the negotiations, such as they are, have not been that dynamic. Here's what I am hearing that's new. That A, the Middle East is not a lock, as we pretty much thought last time we addressed this. Second, from several sources, that the UK is a, quote, very strong possibility. They want, that would mean a stadium fight. Basically, if you're doing a stadium fight in the UK, you're down to 2 places. You have Cardiff, which holds between 77 and maybe 80,000, and you have Wembley, where you can get, you can get 100 in there.
Absolutely.
So I think that what you're saying there is basically you're going to Wembley. I know you'll be happy, Joe, because a lot of high-end places.
Well,
I
just think it fits at Wembley. Like, it just feels like if you're telling me it's springtime and we're going to have the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship of the world with, and for folks, listen, I know we go over there and we cover Tyson Fury. I don't know that we have that singular force in American sports.
I like that.
You guys have experienced it. When you're in the UK and you're covering a stadium Tyson Fury fight, it's very hard for us to walk away feeling like you've properly described it. It's far different than what, like, he's
Fans
at a
out there are different.
He's at a different level.
It's a soccer game in a box.
For one individual person.
Correct.
It's all for one. Who just fought a guy who's fought the 3rd time, you know what's going to happen, and it's still over. It's a spectacle.
But by the way, I don't mean to say, I don't mean to give the impression that, like, Middle East is out.
No. Listen, if the check is there, they're going to be in Saudi Arabia for that fight. But it's two very different things, Dre, right? Because one is, hey, here's the check. You know what's happening up front. Doesn't matter how big the stadium. The other one's going to be a live gate that'll topple all live gate numbers, right?
And the energy is going to be different. It's a different situation. I mean, the UK fans have the best fans in the sport, and it's been like that for a long time. We have too many options here. You know, you have one. We have too many options that people can pick and choose what they want. They have football, they have cricket, they have boxing, maybe something else I'm unaware of. But when it comes to boxing, they're rabid about their boxing, and they show up and they show out.
Yeah, but I think it's deeper than that. I think it's deeper than that because it's all about the story. It's the story of Fury, man. You know, coming back from depression. I mean, a lot of people deal with this stuff on a regular basis, and them getting behind him afterwards and seeing him overcome. That's what it's honestly about.
Right. And he's keenly aware of that story. And one of the things that, why the UK, why London is in play, because I think he loves being the center of attention there.
I agree.
And the fact that he was basically an outcast that has been just taken in by everybody because of the national pride, because of the fact that after Eastern Europe controlling the heavyweight division, it now has a Brit who not only is the champion, and even though it was Anthony Joshua who had the multiple belts, it's just a different feeling when you have the charisma, you have the ability to sell, you have a connection with the people. And I always compare it with like Julio Cesar Chavez. There's great fighters, but you can't buy the love of the people. That's the one thing you cannot buy.
So that is the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship that hopefully would be announced soon. We will see, does it go to Saudi Arabia or does, as this discussion does, head to the UK, to London, to Wembley Stadium, which